Have you ever noticed that getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain? Your knees creak, your back protests, and those stairs that never bothered you before now feel like an Olympic challenge. You tell yourself it's just age, that this is normal, that everyone goes through this after 60. But what if I told you that wasn't true? What if the gradual weakening you're experiencing, the slower walks, the shakier hands, the feeling that your body is betraying you, isn't inevitable? What if there were simple, natural ways to not just slow down muscle loss, but actually reverse it? And what if the most powerful time to fight back wasn't during your busy day, but in those quiet evening hours before sleep, when your body does its most important healing work? Today, I'm going to share 5 bedtime foods that work like gentle medicine while you rest. Foods that whisper to your muscles, stay strong, stay young, stay capable. The 5th one, just a handful before bed, has been shown in recent studies to increase muscle protein synthesis by up to 22% overnight. But more on that in a moment. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn your bedtime routine into a powerful weapon against sarcopenia. That's the medical term for age-related muscle loss that affects 1 in 3 adults over 60. If this sounds like something you need to hear, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tell me in the comments, what's the one thing about getting older that frustrates you most? I read every comment, and your story might just help someone else in our community. Now, let's begin with something that might surprise you. Food number 5, Greek yogurt with honey. Picture this, it's 9 p.m., and while most people are winding down with snacks that do nothing for their bodies, you're about to give your muscles exactly what they've been craving all day. Greek yogurt isn't just a trendy health food. It's a muscle-building powerhouse that works specifically while you sleep. Here's why this matters more after 60 than at any other time in your life. As we age, our bodies become what scientists call anabolically resistant. That's a fancy way of saying we need more protein to trigger the same muscle-building response we had when we were younger. A 30-year-old might build muscle from 15 grams of protein, but after 60, you need closer to 25 to 30 grams to flip that muscle-building switch. 1 cup of Greek yogurt delivers exactly that, around 20 to 25 grams of high-quality protein. But here's where it gets interesting. Greek yogurt contains both whey and casein proteins. The whey works fast, giving your muscles an immediate signal to start repairing. The casein works slowly, feeding your muscles amino acids for up to 7 hours while you sleep. Let me tell you about Eleanor, a 67-year-old retired nurse who came to one of my workshops. She'd been struggling with what she called morning weakness, waking up feeling like she'd run a marathon in her sleep. Her doctor said it was normal aging, but Eleanor wasn't ready to accept that. We made one simple change, a small bowl of Greek yogurt with a teaspoon of raw honey every night at 9 p.m. The honey isn't just for taste, it provides a small amount of natural carbohydrates that help shuttle the protein into your muscle cells more effectively. 3 weeks later, Eleanor told me something remarkable. I wake up feeling like I actually rested. My legs don't shake when I stand up anymore, and I have energy to garden again. But Greek yogurt does more than just feed your muscles. It's rich in calcium and magnesium, minerals that help your muscles contract and relax properly. Many people over 60 are deficient in magnesium, which can cause muscle cramps, restless legs, and that general feeling of tension that never quite goes away. The probiotics in Greek yogurt also support gut health, and emerging research shows a strong connection between gut health and muscle health. When your digestive system is working well, you absorb nutrients better, including the amino acids your muscles desperately need. Here's how to make this work for you. Choose plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. The flavored versions are loaded with sugar that can spike your blood sugar right before bed. Add 1 teaspoon of raw honey or a few berries if you need sweetness. Eat it about 30 to 45 minutes before you plan to sleep. If you're lactose intolerant, don't worry. Greek yogurt is naturally lower in lactose than regular yogurt, and many people who can't tolerate milk can handle it just fine. Start with a small amount and see how you feel. Now, Let's move to something even more surprising. Food number 4, tart cherry juice, 2 ounces. You might think fruit juice before bed is a recipe for a sugar crash and restless sleep, but tart cherry juice is different, and the research behind it will amaze you. Tart cherries are one of the few foods that naturally contain melatonin, not just a little bit, but meaningful amounts that can actually improve your sleep quality. But here's what most people don't know. Better sleep equals better muscle recovery. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, the same hormone that keeps children growing. In adults, growth hormone is responsible for repairing damaged muscle tissue, building new muscle fibers, and maintaining the strength you've worked so hard to keep. But here's the problem. After 60, many people spend less time in deep sleep. They toss and turn, wake up frequently, and never reach those crucial deep sleep stages where the real muscle magic happens. That's where tart cherry juice comes in. Studies show that drinking just 2 ounces of tart cherry juice before bed can increase sleep efficiency by up to 13% and time spent in deep sleep by nearly 25%. More deep sleep means more growth hormone release, which means better overnight muscle repair. But tart cherry juice has another secret weapon, anthocyanins. These are the compounds that give tart cherries their deep red color, and they're powerful anti-inflammatory agents. After 60, chronic low-grade inflammation becomes one of the biggest enemies of muscle health. It interferes with protein synthesis, slows recovery, and contributes to that general feeling of achiness and stiffness. The anthocyanins in tart cherries specifically target exercise-induced muscle damage and inflammation. Even if you're not doing intense exercise, the simple act of living, climbing stairs, carrying groceries, gardening, creates micro-damage in your muscles that needs to be repaired. I remember Robert, a 71-year-old former construction worker who came to me frustrated that his afternoon walks were becoming harder and harder. His muscles felt sore for days after any physical activity. We added 2 ounces of tart cherry juice to his evening routine. Within 2 weeks, Robert reported something he hadn't experienced in years. I can take my walks and not feel like I've been hit by a truck the next day. My recovery is like it was 10 years ago. The key is timing and amount. 2 ounces is the sweet spot, enough to provide benefits without overloading your system with sugar. Drink it about an hour before bed. Look for 100% tart cherry juice, not cherry juice cocktail, which is mostly added sugars. If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, this might concern you, but here's the good news. Tart cherry juice has a relatively low glycemic index and contains natural compounds that may actually help with blood sugar control. Still, check with your doctor if you have concerns. Some people worry about the tartness. It's definitely not as sweet as regular cherry juice. You can dilute it with a little water if needed, but don't add sweeteners. The slight tartness is actually a sign that you're getting the real, powerful compounds your muscles need. Now, let's talk about something you probably have in your kitchen right now. Food number 3, almonds. 15 to 20 almonds. If I ask you to name the perfect bedtime snack for muscle health, you probably wouldn't think of almonds. Most people see them as a daytime snack or something to throw in a salad. But almonds before bed are like a time-release capsule of muscle-supporting nutrients. Here's what makes almonds special for nighttime muscle recovery. They're one of the richest food sources of vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects your muscle cells from damage while you sleep. As we age, our muscles face constant attack from free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cellular structures and interfere with muscle protein synthesis. It's like rust forming on metal, but in your muscle tissue. Vitamin E acts like a protective coating, neutralizing these free radicals before they can cause harm. But almonds don't stop there. They're also rich in magnesium, that crucial mineral we talked about earlier. Just 15 to 20 almonds provide about 20% of your daily magnesium needs. Magnesium helps your muscles relax, reduces nighttime cramps, and supports the enzymatic processes that build new muscle tissue. Here's something most people don't know. Almonds also contain a good amount of protein, about 6 grams in a small handful. It's not as much as Greek yogurt, but it's high-quality protein with a good amino acid profile. More importantly, the combination of protein, healthy fats, and fiber in almonds creates a slow, steady release of nutrients throughout the night. The healthy fats in almonds, mainly monounsaturated fats, serve another purpose. They help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin E, and they provide a steady source of energy that doesn't spike your blood sugar. Let me share Maria's story. Maria is 64, a grandmother who loves to keep up with her grandchildren, but was finding herself exhausted after just an hour of play. She'd wake up with muscle stiffness and that overall feeling of "I'm getting old." We started her on a simple routine. 18 almonds, she counted them out, every night while reading before bed. It became a ritual she looked forward to. After a month, Maria told me something that brought tears to my eyes. "I played at the park with my grandkids for 3 hours yesterday, and I woke up today feeling like I could do it again." That's the power of consistent, targeted nutrition. It's not dramatic or flashy, but it works. Now, there are a few things to keep in mind with almonds. First, they're calorie-dense, so stick to 15 to 20 almonds. That's about 100 to 120 calories. It's enough to provide benefits without adding too many calories to your day. Second, chew them slowly and thoroughly. This isn't just about digestion, it's about satiation. When you eat mindfully, chewing each almond completely, you'll feel more satisfied and less likely to reach for other snacks. Third, if you have tree nut allergies, obviously skip this one. But if you can tolerate almonds, they're one of the gentlest nuts on the digestive system. Some people prefer to soak their almonds for a few hours before eating them, which makes them easier to digest and may increase nutrient absorption. If you do this, just pat them dry before eating. The timing matters too. Eat your almonds about 45 minutes to an hour before bed. This gives your body time to start the digestive process without interfering with sleep. Now, let's move to something that might be sitting in your spice cabinet right now. Food number 2, golden milk with turmeric and black pepper. This isn't just a trendy wellness drink, it's an ancient remedy that modern science has proven to be remarkably effective for muscle health and recovery. Golden milk is traditionally made with turmeric, warm plant milk, and a few complementary spices. But the real star here is turmeric, and specifically its active compound called curcumin. Curcumin is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory compounds found in nature. But here's what makes it special for people over 60. It specifically targets the type of chronic inflammation that destroys muscle tissue and interferes with muscle recovery. As we age, our bodies produce more inflammatory markers like TNF-alpha and interleukin-6. These compounds not only make us feel achy and tired, they actually block the signals that tell our muscles to grow and repair. It's like having a construction crew ready to work, but someone keeps jamming their radio signals. Curcumin essentially unjams those signals. Studies show that it can reduce inflammatory markers by up to 58% and improve muscle recovery time by nearly 40%. But here's the crucial part most people get wrong. Curcumin is poorly absorbed by the body on its own. That's where black pepper comes in. Black pepper contains piperine, a compound that increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. That's not a typo, 20 times better absorption. The warm milk serves multiple purposes. The fats help with curcumin absorption, it's fat-soluble. The warmth is soothing and promotes relaxation. And if you use a plant milk like oat milk or almond milk, you're adding additional nutrients and fiber. Let me tell you about James, a 69-year-old who'd been an avid tennis player his whole life. Chronic knee pain and general muscle soreness were forcing him to consider giving up the sport he loved. Traditional anti-inflammatory medications upset his stomach, and he was looking for alternatives. We created a simple golden milk recipe: 1 cup of oat milk, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, a pinch of black pepper, a small piece of fresh ginger, optional but great for digestion, and a touch of honey or a few dates for natural sweetness. He drank this every night before bed. Within 3 weeks, James reported significant improvements in his recovery time and morning stiffness. After 2 months, he was back to playing tennis twice a week. "I feel like I found the fountain of youth in a mug," he told me. Here's my recommended recipe: 1 cup of unsweetened oat, almond, or coconut milk, 1 teaspoon of high-quality turmeric powder or 1 inch of fresh turmeric root, 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, a half a teaspoon of fresh grated ginger, optional but great for digestion, and 1 teaspoon of raw honey or a few dates for natural sweetness. A pinch of cinnamon. Warm the milk gently, don't boil it. Whisk in the spices and let it simmer for 2 or 3 minutes. Strain if you used fresh turmeric or ginger. Drink it about 30 minutes before bed. A few important notes. Turmeric can interact with blood-thinning medications, so check with your doctor if you take warfarin or similar drugs. It can also increase the risk of bleeding if you're having surgery, so stop taking it at least 2 weeks before any procedure. Some people experience mild stomach upset when they first start taking turmeric, especially on an empty stomach. Start with a smaller amount and gradually increase. The golden milk ritual itself becomes part of your bedtime routine, a signal to your body that it's time to wind down and begin the healing process. Now, for the most powerful bedtime food of all. Food number 1. Walnuts, 7 to 8 halves. If there's one bedtime food that combines every benefit we've talked about so far, it's walnuts. They might look simple, but these brain-shaped nuts are like nature's perfect sleep and muscle recovery supplement. Walnuts are the only nut that provides a significant amount of alpha-linolenic acid and omega-3 fatty acid that's crucial for reducing inflammation and supporting muscle protein synthesis. While most people think of fish when they think of omega-3s, walnuts provide a plant-based source that's especially important for people who don't eat fish regularly. But here's what makes walnuts truly special for bedtime. They naturally contain melatonin, tryptophan, and magnesium, 3 compounds that work synergistically to improve sleep quality and duration. The melatonin helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle. The tryptophan gets converted to serotonin and then to additional melatonin. The magnesium helps your muscles relax and your nervous system calm. It's like nature designed the perfect bedtime food. Studies have shown that people who eat walnuts regularly have higher levels of melatonin in their blood and experience better sleep quality than those who don't. Better sleep means more time in those deep sleep stages where growth hormone is released and muscle repair happens. But the muscle benefits go beyond just sleep improvement. The omega-3 fatty acids in walnuts specifically support muscle protein synthesis, the process by which your body builds new muscle tissue. They also help maintain the integrity of muscle cell membranes, making your muscles more responsive to exercise and better able to recover from daily activities. Here's a story that perfectly illustrates the power of this simple addition. Dorothy, a 73-year-old retired teacher, had been struggling with what she called restless body syndrome. She'd fall asleep but wake up multiple times with muscle cramps and general discomfort. Her sleep quality was so poor that she was tired all day and had stopped her daily walks. We added just one thing to her routine: 8 walnuts eaten slowly while reading before bed. Dorothy was skeptical. How could something so simple make a difference? After just 1 week, she reported sleeping through the night for the first time in months. After a month, she told me, "I have my energy back. I'm walking again, I'm sleeping like a baby, and I feel strong in my body for the first time in years." That's the compound effect of good nutrition working with your body's natural healing processes. Here's how to make walnuts work for you. Eat 7 to 8 walnut halves about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Chew them slowly and mindfully. This aids digestion and helps you feel more satisfied. If you find walnuts slightly bitter, you can soak them in water for 2 to 4 hours before eating. This makes them easier to digest and can reduce any bitterness. For people watching their weight, don't worry about the calories. 7 to 8 walnut halves contain about 90 to 100 calories, but they're so nutrient-dense and satisfying that they often prevent late-night snacking on less healthy foods. One caution: if you have tree nut allergies, obviously avoid walnuts. And if you're on blood-thinning medications, the omega-3s in walnuts can have a mild blood-thinning effect, so check with your doctor. The quality of your walnuts matters. Look for walnuts that are light in color, not dark or oily. Store them in the refrigerator or freezer to prevent rancidity. Fresh walnuts should taste mildly sweet and nutty, not bitter or sharp. The science behind nighttime nutrition. Now that we've covered the 5 foods, let's talk about why nighttime nutrition is so crucial for muscle health after 60. Most people think muscle building happens in the gym or during physical activity, but the truth is your muscles grow and repair while you sleep. During deep sleep phases, your body releases growth hormone, increases protein synthesis, and repairs the microscopic damage that occurs during daily activities. This process becomes less efficient as we age. We produce less growth hormone, our sleep quality often declines, and our bodies become less responsive to the muscle-building signals from protein. That's why strategic bedtime nutrition can be a game changer. By providing your body with the right nutrients at the right time, you're supporting these natural repair processes when they're most active. The foods we've discussed work through several mechanisms. Protein synthesis. The amino acids from Greek yogurt, almonds, and walnuts provide the building blocks for new muscle tissue. Inflammation reduction. Tart cherries, turmeric, and walnuts all contain powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that reduce the chronic inflammation that interferes with muscle repair. Sleep enhancement. Melatonin from tart cherries and walnuts, along with magnesium from almonds and Greek yogurt, improve sleep quality and duration. Hormone optimization. Better sleep means better growth hormone release, which is crucial for muscle maintenance and repair. Antioxidant protection. Vitamin E from almonds and anthocyanins from tart cherries protect muscle cells from free radical damage. Putting it all together. Your bedtime muscle recovery protocol. You don't need to eat all 5 foods every night. Instead, rotate between them or choose the ones that appeal to you most. Here are some practical combinations. Option 1. The complete protocol. For people serious about muscle preservation. 2 ounces tart cherry juice, 1 hour before bed. Small bowl of Greek yogurt with honey, 45 minutes before bed. 8 walnut halves, 30 minutes before bed. Option 2. The minimalist approach. For people who prefer simplicity. Alternate between Greek yogurt with honey one night, walnuts the next, golden milk the third night. Option 3. The anti-inflammatory focus. For people dealing with chronic aches and pains. Golden milk with turmeric 30 minutes before bed. 15 almonds with the golden milk or separately. Option 4. The sleep quality focus. For people struggling with sleep issues. 2 ounces tart cherry juice, 1 hour before bed. 8 walnut halves, 30 minutes before bed. Remember, consistency trumps perfection. It's better to choose 1 or 2 foods you'll actually eat consistently than trying to do everything perfectly for a few days and then giving up. Common concerns and how to address them. Won't eating before bed make me gain weight? The foods we've discussed are all portion-controlled and nutrient-dense. The total calories from any single option range from 90 to 100 calories, but they're so nutrient-dense and satisfying that they often prevent late-night snacking on less healthy foods. I have digestive issues. Will eating before bed bother my stomach? All of these foods are chosen specifically because they're gentle on the digestive system. Start with smaller portions and eat them earlier in your bedtime routine, 45 to 60 minutes before sleep rather than right before bed. I'm diabetic. Are these foods safe for my blood sugar? Most of these options are actually blood sugar friendly. Greek yogurt is low in carbohydrates, nuts have a very low glycemic index, and even the tart cherry juice has less sugar impact than you might expect. However, always consult with your healthcare provider about dietary changes, especially if you take medications. I take medications. Will these foods interact? The only significant interactions to be aware of are turmeric with blood-thinning medications and tart cherry juice with certain blood pressure medications. When in doubt, consult your pharmacist or doctor. What if I don't like the taste of some of these foods? Start with what appeals to you. If you hate the taste of tart cherry juice, try mixing it with a little sparkling water. If plain Greek yogurt is too tangy, add a small amount of honey or a few berries. The key is finding versions you'll actually eat consistently. The bigger picture. Lifestyle factors that support muscle health. While these bedtime foods can make a significant difference, they work best as part of a comprehensive approach to healthy aging. Resistance exercise, even light resistance training 2 to 3 times a week, can dramatically improve your body's response to dietary protein. Hydration. Dehydration impairs protein synthesis and recovery. Aim for adequate fluid intake throughout the day. Stress management. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which breaks down muscle tissue. Find healthy ways to manage daily stress. Consistent sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps optimize your body's natural repair processes. Overall protein intake. While bedtime nutrition is important, make sure you're getting adequate protein throughout the day. Aim for 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. Real results. What to expect. Most people notice initial changes within 2 to 3 weeks. Better sleep quality and fewer night wakings. Less morning stiffness and muscle tension. Improved energy levels throughout the day. Better recovery from physical activities. More significant changes typically occur after 6 to 8 weeks. Measurable improvements in muscle strength, better balance and stability, increased confidence in physical activities, overall sense of vitality and well-being. Remember, muscle tissue changes slowly. Don't expect overnight transformations, but do expect consistent, gradual improvements that compound over time. Conclusion. Your journey to stronger nights and better days. Aging doesn't have to mean accepting weakness, fatigue, and declining quality of life. With simple, targeted nutrition choices made consistently over time, you can support your body's natural ability to maintain and even build muscle tissue. These 5 bedtime foods, Greek yogurt with honey, tart cherry juice, almonds, golden milk with turmeric, and walnuts, represent more than just nutritional strategies. They're acts of self-care, reminders that you're worth investing in, signals to your body that you're not giving up on strength and vitality. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You're not asking your body to do anything unnatural or extreme. You're simply providing the nutrients it needs when it needs them to do what it already knows how to do: heal, repair, and grow stronger. Tonight, when you're preparing for sleep, remember that those quiet evening hours aren't just about rest. They're about renewal, repair, and building the foundation for tomorrow's strength. Your future self, the one who climbs stairs with confidence, plays with grandchildren without fatigue, and wakes up feeling rested and strong, that person is counting on the choices you make tonight. Choose wisely. Choose consistently. Choose to believe that your best years can still be ahead of you.